All right, 8:39, about to head out of Kansas, making it to New Mexico today. We'll see what happens, because it was so cold. The stuff in my car froze. Like their water bottles, the water's frozen, it's ice. The cigars are frozen, which is hilarious. The one day I didn't bring them into the room when I went to sleep, and they stayed in my car and they're frozen. I have like canned goods, I have other foods, and I don't know, we'll see what happens when they thaw. But I wasn't gonna bring everything in. The cigars I'm pretty annoyed about, but and the water will thaw, that'll be fine. I'm just wondering if it'll thaw while I'm driving. The canned goods is my big concern, but we'll see. Yeah, probably stop twice. Drive, stop, and then drive and get there. And I'll show you some scenery. Never been in New Mexico when it's this cold, I don't think. So, I don't know, maybe things will look cooler in the desert when it's freezing. We'll see. Just had the complimentary breakfast, pretty solid, even though there wasn't a ton left because I was on the later end of it. And that's about it. Thanks to my friend from yesterday, you'll see more of him. We finally planned March Madness well in advance. 2 years ago, we didn't stay in the same place. Last year we did, but we had to change rooms. This year we booked well in advance. We have an entire house Airbnb for the whole weekend for 5 days. So you'll see more of him in a couple months. And thanks to him for the game. We went to a steakhouse after the game, and the poker game, and we went to a steakhouse after. And yeah, I'll see him in a few weeks. And now I'm heading towards New Mexico. It's 11:44. Apparently our cathedral of Our Lady of Guadalupe is here. Their bus is here a little bit that way at the pump, and they stopped wherever they're going. Apparently they operate out of Dodge City, Kansas. Says so on the bus. Everybody is inside. It is like incredibly busy in this Love's gas station in Meade, Kansas. Did not expect that. But if you're wondering what I do while I'm driving, because I don't use the Wi-Fi on my phone unless it's a dire emergency, I ask my friend or my cousin to text me today's Immaculate Grid baseball, and I write down the columns and the rows, and I think of people while I'm driving, and it passes the time. And we'll see later when I get to my room and I type these guys in what the score was. Anything else to say? I'm about a third of the way there. Gonna wind up in central New Mexico today. And ooh, on the way here, past Kingman. The Mets had Dave Kingman on their team in the 70s. Past Pratt, Kansas. Todd Pratt, classic home run off Matt Manti in the playoffs against the Diamondbacks. And it looked like Steve Finley caught it at the wall in center field. We had no idea, but it was a home run. Also past Mineola. There's a Mineola in on Long Island, spelled differently though. So yeah, just driving west, and that is it. I will show you a little more scenery, and I will think of something to say. These are good answers, but I could come up with better ones, so I have 3 hours or so until the next stop to think of more people, better, lower scores, and I'll think of something else to say when I get to the next stop. I don't know where I'm gonna be. I think I'm going a little bit through that northwest portion of Texas. I don't know where I'm gonna be in 3 hours when I stop, but we'll see. No need to worry about the cigars, they're fine. Now my only concern is some of the canned goods I had in the trunk, but whatever. Time is 2:40. I am now in mountain time. I'm in eastern New Mexico. Not that cold out, but it's a little too windy to film outside. What was I gonna say? when I get back, I think I'm gonna kick off Vegas for you with a challenge instantly. Might be the last time I do this type of challenge because I don't know how much more difficult I can make it. I think I'm gonna go 5 days and eat only on comps. I know I've done variants of this. Usually there's cash involved. This will be the most difficult. No cash to help me out early on. Comps instantly. I thought about it last year, didn't do it. Still thinking about the strategy. The timing will work out because I get back on a Sunday. It will start on the Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the 20th through the 24th, I think those 5 days. And then on Saturday, I've been invited to Herbs and Rye's house. There's a birthday party of sorts for someone who lives in his house. And there'll be tons of food, so that'll help me get through it. The really important part is on only 5 days, I can't mix in too many rooms. I think it's gonna be just Caesars, Bally's, and MGM. Caesars and Bally's because Caesars is $2 an hour. Bally's, if there's a 2-3 going, is $2 an hour. But even if it's only $1 an hour, at least they're combined in the same comp system. And because I like playing MGM, and because MGM is $2 an hour, and because the buffet to go, which is plenty of food to last you a day, is 10 hours of play, $20 in comps. So I think the first 2 days are critical. First day, I really need to like start at Caesars, play 4 hours, and then go get whatever is like $8 at the Starbucks in the food court at Caesars Palace. I don't know, a slice of banana bread or like one of those really tiny breakfast sandwiches or something. Then go to MGM and play the rest of the day and hope from the rest of day 1 and the start of day 2, I could hit 10 MGM hours. And then right before the buffet closes on Tuesday at 3 o'clock, get a buffet to go. And then still have to figure out something to eat for day 3. But those first 2 days I think are very important. And then after I do it, it's not gonna be a lot of food, but I think I can do it. And then Saturday, I will go to Herbs and Rye's house, and I hear the spread is going to be amazing. I was actually able to request some foods that I wanted, so this is the strategy I went with. I asked for Fierce Grape Gatorade. It's my favorite Gatorade. And then when Herbs and Rye asked, but is there any actual food that you want? I asked for the chili flavored Fritos. Here's the thinking. Whatever the main course type of food is going to be amazing. Whether it's my favorite dish of all time or like my 25th favorite dish of all time, it's going to be amazing. I don't need to bother requesting a specific main course dish, but it's unlikely that the drink or like the chips are going to be something I really, really like. So I suggested the Gatorade and the Fritos, and whatever the main course stuff is. I know one of the things is going to be shrimp with pasta. That's going to be amazing, but except for the people who live there, I think I will be the only one who have my favorite drink and chip in the place. So that's where I was going with that. Not just a hat rack, my friends. No, I am not moving at all. Looks like there's a fire or something up ahead on the shoulder, so I'll film it when I get up there if I can get an angle at it. All right, you see the smoke up there? I'm outside the car trying to get a view. I can't zoom in much more than that. So I don't see flames, but I see smoke, and we are just not moving at all. I mean, there's no other way. I'll have to get up there eventually at some point, but see some flashing lights. Look like police or fire. Someone is up there trying to handle it, but there's just a lot of white smoke. So, just at a dead stop right now. All right, it's the next day. I'm at a gas station, just left the Airbnb. It was about an hour and a half. We were just at a dead stop on the interstate, and then it was dark by the time we got moving, and I didn't even know if the thing was still there, whatever was like causing the fire. And once I was right there next to it, because it was dark, I couldn't see till I was like an inch away. Couldn't take my camera out and film. It looked like the trailer of an 18-wheeler caught fire. It was like half melted. So got in a little late, and then I didn't feel like filming in the house. It was host was a very sweet old lady, and we had cookies in the kitchen and chatted for a bit, and then it got late. But that wraps up the second to last day and this video, and tomorrow's video will start right here at the gas station.